Adversity too. When things go wrong. Part 3. I was attempting to travel 22 hours one way. So I took my truck in for an inspection, something I normally did, to get a second opinion, even though I do most of the work myself. And I was told, one of the main things I wanted was an front end alignment. Always make sure you get that, because you can destroy your brand new tires if your alignment is off. So that was one of the main things. I was told that I could not get an alignment because of my bushings in my lower control arms. That didn't bother me. I simply went to another shop. And I was sitting there waiting for someone to waiting for them to do it and just pay and I go. But I was sitting there on the curb, and I saw out of the corner of my eye the mechanic coming toward me, and I knew right away he's going to tell me the same thing, and I don't have time for that. Please don't tell me that. But he did. Sir, I'm sorry. We cannot give you an alignment because of the bushings. They're very bad. So my response to him was, I've been telling this story before. My response to him was, sir, is there anything you can do? I'm looking for a hacker at this time. There's always somebody that has some insight that can take care of the problem. Hack it, just hack it. He saw that expression on my face. Just hack it, sir. He said, but there is something I think I can do. Now, that's my kind of people. But I think I can fix this. I sat out there praying, please let this man fix this. I got to get out of town. He kept my truck. Time was passing. He didn't come back out. And I thought, this is good. This is good. He finally came out, drove the truck up to me, and said, I took care of it. Thank you, sir. That's what I'm talking about. They're my kind of people. But after I came back from my trip, I knew I was going to have to fix this eventually. And so I set out to do that. I got on eBay and ordered my lower control arms. They came. But problem number one, they came with no grease fittings. Just bare sealed ball joints. Why did that happen? I don't know. So, okay, that can be fixed. I got me some drills to fit the situation, and went in to Harbor Freight and gathered me some grease fittings. You can take care of this problem. That's not a problem. Drill a hose, use a tap set, put the grease fittings in, keep rolling. Problem number one solved. Problem number two. In the process of disassembling, because in this case, you had to remove the torsion bar on each side of the vehicle, underneath the vehicle, out. They're about this tall from the ground. They had to be removed before you can even remove the lower control arms on the right and left side. Okay. I watched some videos to make sure I was doing this right. And the gentleman that I was viewing on video was saying how dangerous this was, because these things are under tension. You have to be careful. Now that had me nervous. I have my jaw puller, and I have my ratchet, and I'm under the truck. At a distance on my side, turning this thing, trying to get my jaws to put pressure if I can pull this little section out that's between the torsion bar and the mounting bracket that it's on. I'm at a distance working with it in case something crazy snaps up or pops up. This man's got me nervous. I had a problem. I had two sets of jaws. One of them broke. Okay, now I got one left. I'm still good. But the problem was, under my truck, where I had this attached to, was at a slant. And it kept slipping off. And I thought, no way. I gotta get this done. I took some sandpaper and sanded both ends. And I took the sandpaper and sanded the frame that I had this mounted on. And I was praying, holding my breath, turning my ratchet, trying to get this thing to put pressure so I could slide that piece out. And it kept slipping off. I gotta get this done. I have to get this done. I'm still turning. And this thing is like on the very edge, but it's holding. And I'm still turning with my ratchet and holding my breath. And I'm looking to see if there's enough space to knock this piece out that's holding the torsion bar up. And it wasn't enough yet. It ain't enough. And it slipped again. I think it may have slipped maybe 3 times. I sand the bottom of the frame that this was holding on, and I'm praying and working with my ratchet at a distance, trying to get this thing off. Finally, I seen the gap. I took a knack, knocked that mounting piece out, and the torsion bar was loose. I was so relieved, but that was just one side. I did the passenger side first. Everything went smooth for some reason. And one of my brackets had broken. On the driver's side, I'm trying the same thing, was having issues. Finally, I saw a gap. I could knock that centerpiece out. Torsion bar was loose. I was so relieved. We began to disassemble, taking the bridge caliper off, taking off the brakes, taking off the bearings, taking off the dust shield, and finally removing the rotor. And then I had to work on getting the bolt out of the spindle. And all of these parts, even I had to take the shocks off. And some parts of the sway bar linkage. And you have, when you're done with all of that, it looks like this. So now I'm doing the driver's side, and I've got it to this point. A cop walks up and tells me, you have to leave the field now. You have to wrap it up. No more. You can't do this anymore. I thought, no, okay. How am I going to just wrap it up? Can you look at this and you can just wrap it up and leave? You can't. So I thought, okay, do I just put everything back and leave, or do I finish what I was doing? I have to finish what I was doing. I'm praying that this cop stays away. And now I need to move fast. Now I need to innovate. Now I need to get this over with. And now I'm under pressure. And when you're under pressure, you have to, you make mistakes. I didn't want to make mistakes. The main thing was getting that torsion bar off. Disassemble, put the new lower control arm on, reassemble, and you pretty much got it down pat. But I'm looking around for this cop, because I know if he comes back, I might get a citation. I don't know how he's going to react. And I ain't moving as fast as I can go. I mean, how fast can you go? One piece at a time, step by step. But I had managed. I'm praying the whole time. And I'm moving. I'm trying to calculate in my mind what goes where. And I'm moving like this. The virtue of the two. When things go wrong, this